with the dulls. This is Lord of War, 100%. This is that movie Everest that came out. This is they remade Alive, and it was called Plane Crash. This guy, Dylan McDermott. It was called Mountain something. Excuse me? What? Wait, what was it called? I got it right, but I don't know what it was called. What is this? The mountain between us. The only thing I know about the movie The Mountain Between Us is that I saw the Our Game of Thrones post where I think it may have had the two actors from the movie and they put the character, the mountain, between them. That's the only thing I've ever known about this movie, to be honest with you. I'm stunned that we got it right. Also, I don't think this is the remake of Alive that came out on Netflix like 2 years ago. I think I really just got insanely lucky. Oh, you're right. That's Dermot Mulroney, not Dylan McDermott. This Eagles kicker, that's David Akers, bro. You think I'm not? You think when I was playing ESPN NFL 2K5, when Terrell Owens, Donovan McNabb, Brian Westbrook, Brian Dawkins, Jason Kearse were on the Eagles, you think I'm not going to know David Akers, Mike Vanderjagt, the guy from the Patriots, Adam Vinatieri? It just took me a minute. You think I'm not going to know Morten Anderson on the Chiefs, bro? I know all about Morten Anderson being on the Chiefs. I know all about playing air hockey against Carmen Electra and Funkmaster Flex. Outfielder Shannon Stewart finished 4th in 2003 MVP voting during a season in which she was traded from Toronto to this American League team. Well, Toronto's in the American League, bro. I'm going to assume that he got traded to the Yankees. That's a VIP Daniel question, to be honest. The Eastern Conference most recent conference finals was in 2002. That's the Toronto Maple Leafs. Can I say something here while I'm standing on business? I'm all in on Canadian teams this year in the playoffs. All previous resentment has been cast aside and cast asunder. I'm all in on Toronto. I'm all in on Edmonton. I'm all in on Winnipeg. I'm not rooting for the Leafs curse to take hold. I hope they sweep the Panthers. And I hope they sweep the Hurricanes after that, because I hope the Hurricanes sweep the Capitals. No disrespect. Okay? The closer a team is to DC, the more I root for their demise, okay? Except it's kind of complicated because Toronto is not that far from DC. I'm going to assume that probably Florida's closer, but it actually, don't quote me on that one because the geography of North America is kind of confusing. And then Stars. Who are the Stars? Stars, Jets? It's Jets. Now, that's going to require Connor Hellebuck to have spent the last 96 hours with a sports psychologist. It would be such a good year, man. It would be such a good year for like a Toronto, Winnipeg, or Toronto, Edmonton final. Oh, it would be such a good year. Now, I do want to say, I have no problem with the Dallas Stars as a team. I picked them over the Avs. I do have a problem with the Vegas Golden Knights. I do have a problem with the Capitals. I don't have a problem with the Hurricanes. I have somewhat of a problem with the Panthers. But imagine, man. Imagine. Asuncion is the capital of this South American country. Paraguay. This is a really tough one. I feel like this is Christina Applegate for sure. I don't know the guy, man. It's older Daniel Radcliffe. It's younger Paul Rudd. No, Paul Rudd's hair isn't really like, nobody's hair is like that except for the Ancient Aliens guy. You know what? I got to go Rudd. I'm going to say it's an unusual picture of Rudd. Anybody know this one? I could see Sebastian Stan here. I could see Sebastian Stan. Hot eats cool treats as Dairy Queen, bro. This HBO BBC One series follows the lives of high-level investment bankers. Is this Billions that Daniel's always talking about? I don't know. No idea. Ryan Reynolds, Melissa George, Chloe Grace Moretz. That's the Amityville Horror. I hate the world today, and I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed. I think that's bitch better have my money. Industry. Sebastian Stan. That's fair, man. That's fair. Paul Rudd is the Ant-Man guy. Huge if true, and it is, so it is huge. We're going to go with connections. Wait, what? It's true, man. It's true. Even, well, here's the thing. They call him Ant-Man, but sometimes he gets big, too. I think in Civil War, he gets huge. I'm going to Vancouver. What are the sweet treat shops I got to go to? You're walking into a steep debate. I think we have fellow Vancouverites in the chat right now. The ice cream wars in Vancouver they're hot right now, man. They're really, I mean, they're going off. I feel like Ernest is like the plurality's choice for best ice cream is not my choice for best ice cream. It's my choice for second best ice cream. And rain or shine is not my number one. I'm repping La Glacé until the day I die. I'm not gatekeeping. I think I'm naming the restaurant, and I think it's got the best ice cream in the city, and I eat ice cream as much as I can. And I've been around. Ernest, Rain or Shine, La Glacé, Dairy Queen, Dolce Vita or whatever it's called, Mario's Gelati, Via Napoli Gelato. 10 years ago, I would have said Lee's Donuts. Oh, but now we're getting into the donut wars. The donut wars, I was a Cartem's head, and they want to shoot me in the head because I was a Cartem's head. Oh, you support $8 a donut? I don't support $8 donuts. They should have been cheaper, but the rent is fucking expensive, man. The rent's crazy expensive there. Now that Cartem's is out of business, I don't mind the fresh Lee's from the Granville Island location. I think I'm a Parallel 49 head, though. Or Lucky's, I guess, which is the donut shop attached to Parallel 49. I would say Lucky's. Go off, Kings. Doesn't this bother you? People ask what's the best donut shop in Vancouver. People start dropping the names of bakeries in like Langley and stuff like that. Dropping some places that are in like, you know, near the Lonsdale Quay in North Vancouver. But listen, I'm local. I can get around. You know, I've got vehicular access and a compass card. But if people are flying into YVR, they're not going out to Abbotsford. That's crazy. Kettleman's Bagels. That's in like Ottawa, man. That's in Ottawa. That's like a 6-hour flight. That's not even, you're being unreasonable. Now, Kettleman's Bagels at like 1 a.m. do hit the shop. The shop? The stop. The spots. Kettleman sucks. It was the best bagel place open at 1:30 a.m. when I was walking home from Hull, okay, in like 2008. You wouldn't know anything about that. You wouldn't know anything about that. What the hell is Pearl? Pearl? Opal? Heel. They're like, what is coral? Opal? Pearl? Heel. Homophonic words for birthstones. Pentacles? Is it Pentacles? Pentacles? Mend, wands, but, knit, save, quartz! It's quartz! Homophones of gemstones. How a white boy look at you when you say you don't watch the Righteous Gemstones? Sorry, it's just like a little... This stim has been going around in my head and I gotta get it out. I'm trying to see if people are hitting you with +2s or people are hitting you with -2s for that, but I feel like there's a lot of humor in that. Anyway, sorry. You purpled first? We go Mariah now and then. These are tarot cards. I'm going to assume wands is the other one. Yeah, they're tarot minor arcana suits. Mend, recover, save, and heal. What is to apply a soothing balm? What? Save, but except, besides. This is with the exception of. Not including. Recover, heal, knit, mend. Get better as a broken bone. Knit? I feel like they had the connections and they needed to come up with some kind of like artifice to get it to work. Knit is known. Yeah, maybe if you're like a Sawbones in Leonardo da Vinci's time, hanging out with Ezio Auditore at Il Duomo with the Medici family or something like that, or like Carmela Borgia. Nobody says that shit anymore. Chat, back me up on this one. You've never heard that, right? Ovechkin, Alex, stand-in, industry for marketing professionals, informally, Pope, or pound. Org that really ought to give you a break. I want to say it's the IRS. Intense passion. Parts of your ears and brains. There we go. Lobes. Glowing sign in a movie theater. End of the alphabet. XYZ. Spanish term of endearment. Stand-in. Ad biz. Pope, or pound. IRS. Intense passion. Ardor. Poets! They're poets, man. Poppy? It is Poppy. Exactly 1 minute. We take those. Ooh, Papa! Ghibli, did I ever tell you I found out the Pope died from seeing a Reddit post that was like, the guy from this video just died? And it was the dude handing the Pope the pizza. And I was like, oh, that's really sad. The dude who handed the Pope a pizza just died. But I was kind of like, damn, how did this end up on my feed? Because like, I don't know if anybody knows who that guy is. Has anyone checked on that guy? I thought about it for like 2 seconds and I was like, oh shit. Not, I mean, he's just like a guy to me, but the Pope died. You guys ever cut a mango like this? I've never had a mango cut like that. I always cut it into like spears. But it makes the mango look so delicious. Every time? How do you even do it? Do you like cut the mango in half and then then you cube it? I highly recommend it. Took forever. Mangoes are kind of annoying to prepare, but they are like they're so delicious they shouldn't grow on trees. I want to suck the dick of the dude who invented mangoes, but I can't because I think it's God. It doesn't take that long. It actually took probably like hundreds of thousands of generations of evolution to perfect a mango. Okay, so it took a long time, longer than I got to deal with your nonsense, at least. Sorry, 1 second. That got people riled up, but I'm trying to see Justin's message. That means you can suck my dick as God is within us all. I wish I hadn't read that. This is 35.3 ounces of Chinese fruit jellies. I don't really know like what an ounce is or all that. I'm gonna say this comes to $10.99. It looks approximately $11 worth of fruit gummies, jellies. Sorry, $8.99. It's literally they're paying us to eat it. It's $5.99. It's $6.49. That's the price right there. That's crazy. You know what the best part about it? Very, very little plastic waste. They feed us poison and then make us pay for the cure. That's true, man. Unless you're on like Napster or whatever. I just feel like Namibia is close today. I have an uncanny knack for being approximately contra opposed to the position of the global country. Like I'm very often 10,000 kilometers away from the target country. So I'm going to assume I'm going to hit you with like a Philippines. That's warmer by 3,000 kilometers. I feel like that does little for me. Maybe it's like New Zealand. It's warmer still. It's American Samoa. This is a real question. Sincerely, is American Samoa part of the United States of America? Like if you live in American Samoa, you're an American citizen? Yes? So like you could fly to, if you flew from the capital of American Samoa to the United States of America, you wouldn't have to go through customs. You're part of the US, but you can't vote. That's crazy. That doesn't seem right. Well, you can't vote in the US election. I guess you could vote like in the Samoan election, the American Samoa election. Sorry, what about regular Samoa? Oh! I have like another question. It's more of like a Chibli question because I guess it's in the oceanic domain. Well, like is American Samoa adjacent to Samoa? That seems like that would make sense to me. Is there like is there a movement that would like to secede from the United States but become part of like a united Samoa? Big yes. It's interesting, man. I don't know anything about Samoa except that there were a few Samoan people on 90 Day Fiancé. So I could actually like learn some stuff about the country instead of just like one dude on TLC 6 or 7 years ago. It's kind of did American Samoa become a territory? Was it related to when the US was beefing with the Philippines during the Spanish-American War? Or is it like a different type of like manifest destiny type thing? It's from World War II. It became an American territory. It's like, it's wild to like be a part of a country but not be able to vote, man. That's crazy. What are the benefits of being part of the United States then? In that situation, I mean, like, to avoid hypocrisy, we have territories in Canada, and I don't really know the difference between territories and provinces. Like VIP Daniel, maybe you could educate me. For all intents and purposes, I kind of thought that provinces were like provinces, and then territories were like provinces with less people. But then that doesn't really explain PEI now that I think about it. Remember when Nunavut left the Northwest Territories? Yeah. I remember getting the commemorative toonie with the Inukshuk on it, but I don't really know. That's so real. To get the tariffs off, Trump is going to make Canada end PEI. That's so. I could see the gears turning, and I was holding your hand trying to make sure we all ended up at the same punchline. My friends in Charlottetown, what the fuck? I don't. That's not really. It's more of like a no. What the fuck? More of like a Nova Scotia accent. I don't really know how they sound in PEI. Probably about the same as they sound in the rest of the country, I would imagine. I did not say lobster merchants. They also grow good potatoes there, according to Stompin' Tom Connors. Huh? I guess early adopter status. If they hadn't landed in the bit, should be a territory. You're real for that one. You can't say it, but you're real for that one. Dead ass. PEI is lucky that that's where Confederation happened for sure. I don't know what this is, by the way. It looks very north, I would say. You're not Iceland, though. Are you like the North Pole? Why is it that like southern islands and northern islands look different? Like this looks like the geography of an Iceland or like a Faroe Islands, maybe something like that. But like northern islands and southern, like Australia does not have this kind of chukka 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 coming off of it, right? It's east of the Faroe Islands. Is this Åland? Because these are not, it's like a Norwegian country that's not a country. And I don't mean that to be rude. It's just literally not a country. Like Svalbard and Jan Mayen. South, they're like, yeah, it's north. Don't go crazy. It's not Svalbard and Jan Mayen type north, bro. Go a little south of that. Okay. Well, now that I think about it, you actually might just be like Estonia. It's not even. It's not. What the hell is Åland? I didn't know Estonia had the islands, man. It's a Swedish island, but it's not a country. It's a Finnish island. Oh, here I go. I got into some like generations long dispute over a rock in the North Sea. Here, I'm sorry. I didn't know, man. I didn't know. It's like the time I was talking to my South Korean father-in-law and I called it the Sea of Japan. It kicked off a whole... I didn't mean to offend any foreign sensibilities. That's just what it said on my map, okay? I didn't know what I was wading into. It was like centuries of drama over that. That's very valid, but it was beside the point. I was just trying to make conversation. We don't get to talk that much. It's called the Sea of Korea if you're in Korea, for sure. I'm in Gangnam for a week. You got any recommendations? I don't know. You got the wrong guy, man. COEX is kind of fun. If you like malls, there's some good restaurants in COEX. And they have the statue of the, like the, they have that one. They got that statue. It does play music. Yeah, it plays like the same 30 seconds of Gangnam Style over and over. It's 2015 and a Warner Brothers movie opens to 54 mil, which is like good, but it's kind of an anemic opening for Memorial Day. So there's like, it's not The Dark Knight Rises, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Obviously, it's a few years after that anyway. It could be like, this could be... No, I thought Suicide Squad was like a July joint. Let me see what you got. Dwayne Johnson, Warner. This could be Jumanji, and then it had like it had great legs from this point onwards. No? Action, drama, thriller. We always knew this day would come. Maybe this is San Andreas, because I guess we always knew the earthquake was coming. Damn, a 3.0 domestic multiplier. How the hell did that happen? Embarrassing. Universal, third week, starring Anna Kendrick. That strikes me as Pitch Perfect 3. That strikes me as Pitch Perfect 2. The Bellas are back. We're back, pitches. I kind of like that. That's kind of cute. Walt Disney, second week, huge drop off for a family mystery science fiction film that's pre The Incredibles 2 and oh, it's Tomorrowland? Did that really come out in 2015? That's like one of the most forgotten Disney movies of all time. I've never seen it, and I've never had anybody suggest to me that we should watch it. Don't even have the People Mover in it or nothing, man. $116 million, week 3, starring Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy first billing. Is it possible this could be Venom 1? Have we really been memeing on Venom 1 for that long? Oh, it's Mad Maximus Max, dude. No, not Furiosa. Mad Max Fury Road. Venom is Sony, you're right. Venom, I'm a feminine venomous Eminem. Harrison Ford under the floorboards. Walt Disney, $427 million. This is a Marvel movie. Frozen was the year earlier. This is like Civil War, bro. This is Captain America Civil War. This is Iron Man 3. No, that's too early. This is a new I thought Age of Ultron was 2014. That's my bad. I was like, it can't be Age of Ultron. It's 2014. It turns out that was 2015. Getting old. You know what I realized? I was not even getting old, but just like time is, the flow of time is different. The only thing that I can place to an anchor in time between 2020 and 2025, well, maybe 2024, because you can remember more recent stuff more readily. The only thing I can actually place to the correct time period within that 4-year period is milestones related to my daughter. I know, she started to walk towards the end of 2021, start of 2022. I know when she started school. I know when she started talking, yada, yada, yada. Then I said, because I was talking about it in the Discord, I was like, I don't know anything else that happened in that period. I know that had happened, but I couldn't tell you what year it happened. Then I said, when did Overwatch 2 come out? And I was about to type 2024. I thought maybe it came out last year. And then I looked it up. Did you know that came out in 2022? Did you know it came out 3 years ago? That doesn't sound right. We got people in chat saying 2018 too. And I can't blame you. It's crazy. There's a second one. Did you hear that the Pope died? I don't think, partly like 2020 to 2022, the timing's all screwed up because of COVID, for sure. But I think it's also just that I have a great sense of place for 1995 to like 2010 because you're in school and you have more free time. You're like, oh, that was in the 4th grade. And I remember that I went and I saw Stuart Little with my next door neighbor. And we got the popcorn and we got some candy. We put the candy inside of the popcorn. And then the projector started to burn the film halfway through. So we all had to leave. And then we got a free ticket to come back and watch the rest of the movie later. But then like now, I'm like, I don't know, man. Wake up, bike, stream, record, dinner, tidy, bed, repeat. Like that has been like 1,400 days of that consecutively. And then you're asking me a question like, when did Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's movie Rampage come out? I don't know, man. Sometime between 2013 and last Friday. I don't know because in the mid 2000s, I was watching Everybody Loves Raymond. The trailer would come on. every single time there was an ad break. So I would know I was watching Everybody Loves Raymond when I had a cast on my leg. That must have been the 6th grade, so I'm going to say 1999 or something like that. Nowadays, I don't know, man, I don't know. Get busy living or get busy dying, man. Why would you watch that shite? Are you talking about Rampage or are you talking about Everybody Loves Raymond? Everybody Loves Raymond is kind of a classic. We're due for an Everybody Loves Robert reboot. You're so right. How dare you talk to your mother like that? You talk to her like that. She's not my mother. Classic, man. A classic. An all-time sitcom joke, man. We need a Brad Garrett summer. Chiblee, are you here? Brad Garrett summer? Tony Soprano summer? The hell's going on? I was going to say it's Frank Grillo. That's not Frank Grillo. That's John Bernthal. See, like, this is not a real movie. I would know if there was a movie called Midway that had Woody Harrelson with hair and Dennis Quaid, and then, like, I think that's Patrick Wilson, but sometimes I get him confused with the other guy, Jason Isaacs. No, not Jason. You know the one I'm talking about? There's this dude's from the Conjuring movies, and then the other dude is the curly-haired guy from the Pet Sematary reboot. You know which guy I'm talking about? Nobody knows. Nobody knows his name. Jason Clarke, that's it. You know how Jason Clarke became Jason Isaac? Because I was like, it can't be Jason Clarke. I'm thinking of the dude from Dead Space. So instead I said Jason Isaac, who's an actual real person. He's the dude who played General Zhukov in The Death of Stalin. Anyway, sorry. So I'm thinking it's got to be, I mean, there's only one connection you can make here, okay? It's got to be this. It's got to be, Ed Skrein is in this. I didn't know that. Luke Evans, really, from the Beauty and the Beast remake? It's a star-studded cast. But anyway, we're going, I thought, is this really Kenan Thompson? Hey, Dennis Quaid, Frequency. Something happened. To be a fly on the wall, man, for the filming of Frequency with Jim Caviezel and Dennis Quaid, man. What do you think they were talking about on set circa the year 1999, 2000 when they were filming Frequency? What kind of meeting of the minds do you think they were getting up to? So it's obviously going to be the Passion of the Christ. And then there's got to be like another famous person in this. George Lucas? That's literally Taika Waititi. I don't know who this imposter is, Franco Costanzo. It's kind of stunning to me Mel Gibson didn't put himself in The Passion of the Christ, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So we're going Monica Bellucci to The Matrix 2, not The Matrix 3. Where am I? I'm going to Ben Affleck. That's easy, man. You go Lawrence Fishburne, Predators, Adrian Brody, King Kong, 2005. Ben Affleck. Jack Black, Year One. Star-studded cast. There's no way you're not getting the Ben Affleck out of this. Movies Ben Affleck has been in. Olivia Wilde, Olivia Wilde. It's going to be Olivia Wilde, Tron Legacy. It's going to be Jeff Bridges, Crazy Heart, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Stranger Than Fiction, Queen Latifah, Last Holiday, Giancarlo Esposito. We're going to take that to Do the Right Thing. We're going to take Do the Right Thing to Danny Aiello, who, of course, most famous perhaps for Jacob's Ladder. Then we're going to go Jacob's Ladder, Tim Robbins. Tim Robbins takes you to, well, that's a documentary. I don't feel comfortable using that. It takes you to High Fidelity, to John Cusack. John Cusack to the movie Identity, which has Amanda Peet in it, who is in The Whole Nine Yards, with Bruce Willis, who was in the movie Cop Out, directed by Kevin Smith. Give it a second here. This is Jason Lee to Mallrats to Ben Affleck to The Accountant Squared. Time? To The Accountant 2, sorry. 2 minutes, 56 seconds. Young adult, I've seen that one. I've seen Young Adult. That's my goat. What do you mean washed? I made it there with more movies in less time than anybody. That was movie to movie. 32. I don't really feel like guessing games today. Surely, I mean, this, if you're a hockey watcher, this has to be the easiest grid of all time, right? Like you could easily drop like a Matthew Nyes right here. He's been in the league for like 7 years. How is it possible that he doesn't have a picture in Puck Doku? He's like the Leafs' 6th best player, which is really good. That doesn't, I'm just offended they haven't added his picture, man. It's too easy. We're not going to do Puck Doku today. We're not going to do Puck Doku. You haven't unlocked him yet. We'll go to Scramble. Let's be 100% non-ambiguous here. The price does not matter. Dried fish with hot sauce is not going to be beating that. 47% virtue signalers. I'm sorry. I'm a fish eater. I'm not even going to debase myself by looking at the price. There's no way that doesn't win. Fried pickles versus steak and chips with chimichurri. Though expensive, I think the steak and chips with chimichurri is going to clear. 10 pounds, not crazy for that at a sporting event, I think. 3-in-1 chicken tray versus chicken chips and curry sauce. Is cheaper, looks better. Easiest pick of my life. Bad looking hamburger versus 3-in-1 chicken tray. It's chicken tray by a mile. People get really good. There's food that looks worse than that burger. For that burger to be at 8% is not good. That's virtue signaling again. They are offended by a bad-looking burger more than they're offended by a cup full of bugs. Even though they've eaten a lot of bad-looking burgers and they've never eaten a cup full of bugs. And I've eaten a cup full of bugs. I would take the burger any day of the week. Kebab roll versus horrific-looking sandwich. We go kebab roll. Anybody voting for this, it seems crazy to me. This cheesy chips in a garlic naan, I bet that tastes pretty good. This looks a lot better. It is expensive, but think of, dude, you're getting a lot for this. This looks good. This looks good. This looks bad, but probably tastes good. Okay, it scared me on that one. You got to go right on that one. This looks awesome, man. That looks well constructed. Currywurst gets a lot of respect in this game. You got to be careful about this. So you also have to consider that you're at a BVB Borussia Dortmund game, man. Sorry, a Borussia Dortmund match. To be able to get something like this for £3.20 at a top flight Bundesliga event, that means something. Like if this was like League 7 or something like that, you'd be like, okay, £3.20, of course. But this is like, that's a good team. But the Worldle Winder, Cumberland sausage link in a bagel with cheese. I'm sorry, man. I gotta go with my heart. That's the thinnest of margins. I can't even be mad about that. I can't be mad about that. The bagel sandwich looked delicious. It was by a fraction of a fraction. Bacon cheeseburger that looks pretty good, even though that's not bacon. Sausage bread and a pint. Price includes all you can see. Also it looks good, man. It looks good. I'm going to go with the burger, but it's close. Chicken tikka wrap and chips versus bacon double cheeseburger. I feel like this is where I deviate from the burger heads. I like an austere burger. This one's just too much for me. It's too much. I think that burger heads see this and they go, wow, what a huge burger. That's awesome. I see this and I go, wow, what a disgustingly unwieldy piece of food. I could eat the weight of this food, but not in the manner that they've constructed it. I would find it very inconvenient to eat it like that. Whereas this looks delicious. I go with that one. I don't think you should be at 84%. I'm properly scranned today. Scramble gets a lot easier once you recognize, Chibli, I hope you're listening, because I went through this myself. It gets a lot easier if you just go with your mental percentages, and if it's a hamburger that doesn't look like poison, add 15, and if it's a hamburger that looks like poison, subtract 15. If the hamburger passes 51%, it automatically gets buffed to 65. If it's a 49%, people get offended by the besmirchment of their religious object, their false idol, the hamburger, and they take it down to 34. So I think that's a rule of thumb that I'm going to stick with. And we're learning a lot about Scramble in the process. What are you saying? I'm saying burgers are overrated. And dozens of us are finally saying it, okay? I do also think color variety in Scramble matters, but I think it's also because color variety on the plate matters. Again, I'm not suggesting that burgers are bad. I'm simply suggesting that they're overrepresented versus their quality. The fact that you can get a hamburger at almost every restaurant is insane to me. Should be able to get a quesadilla at almost every restaurant. Quesadillas, that's a perfect fallback food. That's your base case. If you cascade out of all the other possible switches in the switch statement, you can get a quesadilla. Burgers beat sushi any day of the week? Chat, get them. Just get them. Margot Robbie, character name and title. Birds of Prey in the... Oh, no, I'll take it. I honestly think I, Tanya is going to clear there. I think I, Tanya is going to clear there. You know, again, and I think this is like an argument in favor of sliders, to be honest. Sorry to stop with what I was doing here, because I had some momentum. I just wish, like, burgers wear the artifice of a convenient food to eat, but the way that they come out at restaurants requires almost more focus to eat than any other food. You have to make sure your bite is in exactly the right place so that you don't offset the ingredients. You have to make sure your fingertips are applying pressure at the right points so that, like, the patty doesn't slip off the back or the bun slides towards the front and all of a sudden you're at the end of your burger and the top bun's already gone, but you still got like 15% of the patty and the bottom bun. I really like smaller burgers, man. If they could make smaller burgers more prevalent, I would meet you guys in the middle and be like, yum, hamburgers. But the burgers that you get at a restaurant are too big. I think burgers should be shaped like a McRib or something. Like a rectangular burger patty on a rectangular bun with curved edges so that you could hold it like, I'm not going to do it into the camera because it's going to look, like, oh. But then you could hold it like a Subway sandwich and eat it like that. Like, why is there no foot-long burger from Subway, dude? I might break the boycott for a foot-long burger. Actually, this is the smartest thing you've ever said. Dude, why has nobody thought of this? Foot-long burger, man. You just said they're too big? It's the circularity of them, man. Subway doesn't have a grill. They don't have a fucking whatever. Listen, that's a problem for the franchisee, okay? The Subways are going out of business, brother. You've seen it and I've seen it. They got to do something. Put the grills in the fucking restaurant. Foot-long burger, man. Annoying to flip? Brother, a footlong's like $14 these days. They can get out 2 spatulas for all I care. What long burger, man? Somebody get me on the horn with the CEO of Doctors Associates. Title starts with A to H. Big Short. Released from 05 to 2025. Focus. I don't know shit about these 3 actors, to be honest. Michael Fassbender is in a movie called Frank. Character name and title. Probably should have used it here, I suppose. You think X-Men counts? First or last name? Excuse me? Characters who are unnamed but go by a moniker would count. I.e. Michael Fassbender in The Counselor. When you use the test to answer the test, man. That's huge. Released from 2005 to 2025. See him, Prince of Persia. Why do I? You were in a video. You were in Assassin's Creed. That's what you were in. His wife was in Tomb Raider. Man, nobody remembers that movie for good reason. Dakota Johnson. 50 Shades of Grey. Because the dude's name is Grey. Yeah, okay. But you couldn't use 50 Shades Darker because his name is not like Bill 50, right? And then 05 to 2000, this is Bad Times at the El Royale. I guess Madam Web was another good pick. Chris Hemsworth, he kind of has aura, man. Like, not just because he's obviously handsome and muscular. He picks some interesting roles. Not as many as he probably could have if he didn't do so many Thor movies. But he picks some interesting roles. Like, I'm really interested how he's in a lot of ads that are trying to get me to travel to Dubai. I think it's really interesting that a dude who's already extremely wealthy would cash a check from the Dubai tourism industry trying to get me to travel to Dubai to like stay in a hotel that's really tall or something like that, or get it like patron of a vending machine that dispenses gold bars or something like that. But like, that's really interesting to me. Title starts A to H. It's going to have to be 50 Shades Freed. No, I'm glad I didn't put a third one out there. There wouldn't be anything left to take off, man. Top 6% of players today. He is good in Spiderhead too. Better than the Dubai ads, for sure. Even though Spiderhead as a movie makes like less than 0 cents. I am rectangle. I gotta go faster, man. I gotta leave right at 2 today. The people love spell check, so we will play spell check. First, they have to verify I'm not a robot. He is good in Rush. I'm willing to glaze Hemsworth a little bit.
West, a adverb meaning to, toward, or in the West. This word originated from Old English and was later adopted into Middle English. West.
Okay. Oh, so the definition of West is West. Okay.
Spaniel, a noun.
Some kind of dog?
Pristine, a adjective meaning. Bribery, a noun meaning the act.
I'm Ethan Bribery. Remember those days, man?
Erode, a verb meaning. Pyrotechnics, a plural noun meaning the art. Regicide, a noun meaning.
Dude, I forgot. We're going for 3 perfect days in a row.
Domain, a noun meaning. Populace, a noun meaning the common people, masses. Populatio originates from Middle French.
Fuck.
Spurious, a adjective meaning born.
Really? Populous? Oh, LACE! You fucker, Peter Molyneux! Peter Molyneux fucked me, dude! I was thinking of the video game, like an idiot. God damn, I was like, none of these look right, because every way I spelled it was wrong.
Incarcerated, an adjective meaning confined in a jail or prison.
I typed incarcerated. I might be broken.
Condominium, a noun meaning joint dominion. Mascarpone, a noun meaning an Italian.
I've been watching a lot of Sopranos. You're not going to get that by me.
Apollo. A noun meaning cabal. A noun meaning the
Isn't that the shit Madonna was in? Whatever, it's still okay. They should give you, well, I guess I'm self-employed in a manner of speaking. But the government should give you like 1 day off every 6 months to just get a full tune-up. And you could rotate it like person by person. Like it could just be on your birthday or like the Friday or Monday closest to your birthday. And then the 6-month window from that onwards, right? And then what would you do? It would be like you take the day off. What do? You go to the dentist. This is governmentally mandated. You hit the dentist up in the morning, the spa, quick little physical at the doctor or like a physiotherapist or something, like a full tune-up day, eye doctor. Surely there's got to be like maybe you have a talk therapist or something like that. So it's going to be a busy day. It's going to be like you're doing 5 or 6 appointments or something like that. But when you go to work the next day, you're going to be like, oh, snap, dude. I'm like refreshed, feeling pretty good. Doctors gave me a clean bill of health or something to work on or something like that. That would be cool, man. That would be cool. That would be so tiring. Have you ever gone to work? Like going to appointments kind of, you don't notice you're tired until the end. When you're at work and you're sitting at your desk like waiting for an email, you feel the tiredness every second. Usually if I have like a busy Saturday with lots of errands, it's when I get home that I go, oh, I'm tired. But if you got to fill out PDFs or something like that all day, by 10:15, you're like, oh my God, dude, this sucks. I think it's a good idea, which means there's no way it's ever going to pass these days, but taro. This is from Indonesia. It says dim sum. This is from China. Taro dumpling. Ramekin of hair. Coconut condensed. These are macaroons, man. These are not macaroons. Sorry, these are macaroons. Can I say something? I thought macaroons were like American. Then there's an episode of The Sopranos where they get macaroons for a guy. It's ice cold. Maybe they are from the US because of Hawaii. Queadinha? Brazil? Nah, man, nah, these are Italian. Queadinha? That's Italian. Tony Soprano bought him for Big Pussy when he was trying to figure out if he was wearing a wire. What on earth is this? They got the fins in the soup and everything. Maybe like Ghana? Hold. West of Ghana. This might be Caribbean? Or, I mean, I guess it could just be like, could be Brazil again. Fish tea. Trinidad and Tobago? Okay, it's every Caribbean country. We take those. Dave O from North Vancouver, Canada says, that's my picture of fish tea. Still gastronomical genius, man. Is fish tea a soup? If I'm eating that, let me tell you, everything's not going to be irie. That's for sure. I'm not going to be irie after that. I'm not saying it's going to give me digestive problems. I just don't think I'm going to enjoy the flavor that much. I like fish. I don't like tea that much, and that's kind of like neither. What are the best remaining? Thrice is a good... The heck? Thrice is a good one. Number one hit, Lose You to Love Me, was on Selena Gomez's 2020 album with what four-letter title? Bono. Banjo-Kazooie. Oh, rare, dude. Banjo-Kazooie and GoldenEye 007. Why didn't you say so? As specified in the Revised Organic Act of 1954, what U.S. territory has a unicameral legislature with a whopping 15 senators? It would be crazy if this was American. Maybe it is American Samoa, man. Let's take a chance at it. What's the closest U.S. territory to the Prime Meridian? That sounds like Puerto Rico to me. Maybe U.S. Virgin Islands? It is the U.S. Virgin Islands. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. Guam? Buddy, Guam's in the Pacific. Prime Meridian's in the Atlantic. Guam. That's crazy. It's the wrong damn meridian. What distinctive cake styles? It's the Black Forest cake, man, probably. Pillsbury Bake Off. Ella Helfrich's Tunnel of Fudge notched second place at 1966 Pillsbury Freak Off and helped popularize Tunnel of Fudge. Bavarian roll cake. I don't know cakes, man. Ella's Tunnel of Fudge at the Pillsbury Freak Off. Minnesota-based Nordic Ware is best known for making the donut-shaped cake pan. Bunt cake. I thought for sure it would be Black Forest. It's crazy that you can Black Forest a cake and a ham. Like, you would think that it would do something, like it would spoil the meat or something like that, or like burn the cake. It's like, it still blows my mind how Maca and Peppa are both Ronies, and we don't talk about that enough. The United Network for Organ Sharing tracks the waiting list for colons, hearts, kidneys, livers, lungs, and what other internal organ? Pancreas. Lucky guess. What future author had his left hand permanently disabled in the naval battle that saved Europe from being overrun by the Ottomans? Cervantes. Now that's one where if you're stupid, you're like, wow, he's so smart. If you're smart, you're like, of course he would pick Cervantes. It's the only 16th century European author anybody knows. Okay? So I'm getting a lot of cereals, but like there's it wasn't hard to guess Cervantes first. The real trouble would have started if it wasn't Cervantes, and I would have been like, huh? You get an emergency alert? Yeah, they're testing the system today, man. This is a test.